Watkins Mill.
Today is Friday, April 6, 2018. I'm your host, Taylor.
And I'm your host, Liam.
Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. The college word of the day is clairvoyant, a person who claims to have a supernatural ability to perceive events in the future or beyond normal sensory contact.
The Freedom Movement is meeting today during STEP in room B122. If you wish to learn about what you can do to help prevent human trafficking, please come. Everyone is welcome.
To all students, are you interested in learning about science? Then please come and join the Watkins Mill Outing Club. Participate in activities such as rock climbing, hiking, camping, and high adventures. If you have any questions, please see Mrs. Doyler. You can also get SSL and CAS hours for this.
To all seniors, pay your cap and gown fee to Miss Pesci in room C101. The price is now $50. Thanks.
Attention students and teachers. The yearbook price is now $85. You can purchase your book online at jostens.com, or you can see Mrs. Walters in room E203 during STEP or after school if you want to pay with a check or cash. That's www.jostens.com.
Please support Watkins Mill's own The Current. There are a lot of great articles to read. Check us out daily at wmcurrent.com for updates.
And now for some Career Center news.
Seniors, MC is still accepting financial aid documents. If you did not submit yours before March 1st, please make sure you do so ASAP to ensure you get your financial aid in time.
Have you received your financial aid award letter from all your accepted colleges? Once you have received them, bring them to College Tracks to help you better understand them. If you are in College Tracks now and think you will need help in college, make sure you sign up for College Tracks Success Application Appointment. Our Success team will help you through the application and financial aid process.
College Tracks junior workshops have begun. Workshops will be held Mondays and Tuesdays. Please let College Tracks know what days work best for you to attend workshops.
College Tracks ACT Prep has started. If you have signed up for prep, please check your email for information about when your sessions start. If you have any questions, please see Miss E in room A006.
If you are a senior and not a part of College Tracks or ACES, it's not too late to join College Tracks. The college application process is not easy, so don't put more stress on yourself and come get help.
Any seniors interested in attending Montgomery College must take the AccuPlacer exam scheduled for April 24th. In an effort to help you prepare for the exam, tutoring sessions will be held after school. Please see Miss Adia in room B121 if you have any questions on how to prepare for this exam. Thank you.
Seniors, have you been accepted to college? Great. Are your colleges asking for your mid-year grades? Come to the counseling office and sign up to have your mid-year transcript sent to your colleges. If you don't, the colleges may change their minds. Please sign up today. Thanks.
And now for some Wolverine sports and world news.
interested in joining marching band for next year's football season? See Mr. Keeler in the T hallway. No experience playing an instrument or marching is required. Once again, please see Mr. Keeler for details.
Attention staff and students. There are several games going on today and this weekend. Volleyball has a game today versus Gaithersburg here at the Mill. Varsity starts at 5:30 and JV at 7:15. Saturday we will have baseball versus Walter Johnson at the Mill starting at 10 a.m. Softball is also here at the Mill starting at 10 a.m. Tennis will be here as well starting at 10 a.m. versus Springbrook.
This past week, there was an accidental shooting between two teenagers playing with a rifle.
There was also a shooting on Tuesday at the YouTube campus in California.
This gun violence needs to stop. Watkins Mill, any suggestions?
And now a video from SMOB.
Welcome to Meet the Candidates. I'm Matt Post, a senior at Sherwood High School and your 40th student member of the board. I want to start by profoundly thanking you for giving me the chance to serve you this past year. The conversations we've shared in hallways, cafeterias, and classrooms in every corner of this county have inspired me. This is a tough job. What has always kept me going, what has always impassioned me and filled me with hope, has been you. Throughout my term, hearing your concerns, feedback, and ideas was my top priority. Through bi-weekly video updates, accessible social media, and in-person visits to every single one of our middle and high schools, I hope you felt like you had a say in what's going on in the county. My goal was to never be an East County SMOB or an Up County SMOB, but to bring all our voices to the table, especially the voices of those who have been marginalized or underrepresented in the past. And together, we've made enormous progress in this county. By speaking forcefully, we were able to finally unblock Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook from the high school Wi-Fi network. After a decade of stagnating or declining support, next year's budget includes an additional $1 million investment in our ESOL students, our peers who aren't native English speakers. This school year, for the first time ever, every single one of our teachers received cultural proficiency training, which is a huge step forward in ensuring all our classrooms are inclusive and free of implicit bias. During my time on the board, I've been a staunch advocate for improving our county's mental health supports. Next year, we're going to be adding a suicide awareness program to every middle and high school, distributing a list of free mental health resources to every student, and hosting mental health awareness forums across the county annually. We've also taken huge lunges forward in addressing the racial and socioeconomic disparities that persist in the system. We've expanded efforts to recruit teachers of color, invested millions of more dollars in pre-K, and implemented universal screening for our magnet programs, so economic barriers can't get in the way of opportunity. This year, we've added consent into the health curriculum, installed solar panels in 5 additional schools, and passed an infrastructure budget that addresses overcrowding. Now, I have not accomplished everything I set out to do. Progress is really hard. Enduring change will always take more than 1 year or one SMOB to fully secure. But don't let anybody tell you that change is impossible or this role is powerless. The next SMOB, whoever she may be, will have a vote on a $4.5 billion budget and countless policy decisions that will tangibly affect us every day. As you listen to the 2 candidates for next year, consider who has stood up in the past not only for you, but for our peers, who will work well with the other 7 adult board members, and who, over rhetoric and promise, is interested in confronting the rough reality of policy, where what's morally right is often not what's popular. It has seriously been an honor to represent you this past year. As I wrap up the final months of my term, I continue to be optimistic about the future of our school system. That is all thanks to you. Now, let's meet the candidates to be your 41st student member of the Board of Education. Let's meet your 2 candidates. The first candidate is Nima Nayal. Nima is a junior at Richard Montgomery High School, where she participates in the International Baccalaureate program. She currently serves as junior class president and has served in this role since her freshman year. She also serves as the vice president of the Muslim Student Association at her school and the captain of the school dance team. The second candidate is Ananya Tatakonda. Ananya is a junior at Richard Montgomery High School. She currently serves as the Montgomery County Regional SGA vice president. In addition, Ananya serves on the executive board for the Maryland Association of Student Councils as co-president of MoCo Empower. In the past, she has served as the treasurer for MCR and the president for the Montgomery County Junior Councils. Now that you met the two candidates, let's hear their point of view. We're going to go through a series of questions, and both candidates will have a minute to answer each of them. The first question is, what do you believe is the most pressing issue facing MCPS, and how do you plan to address it? Nima, you'll answer first.
So, in my opinion, MCPS doesn't have one pressing issue. Besides the fact that the opportunity gap is obviously prevalent, I feel like the issues in Montgomery County are sparse, but ones that we can easily achieve and solve. I think that these issues include the Western focus of curriculum, the lack of LGBTQ plus representation in mental health curriculum, and in U.S. history. For example, the trans women's movement is never discussed, neither is the AIDS crisis. Furthermore, I believe that student safety is something, and our approach to how we address the problem of student safety is one that's often a patching approach rather than a fundamental change in our approach towards solving this problem.
Ananya, let's hear your thoughts.
I believe that the biggest issue facing MCPS students right now is that not every student has access to the same resources. And that's why I propose a universal Chromebook rental program, so that lack of access to technology or Wi-Fi at home doesn't bar a student from achieving. And we need to continue advocating for full funding of our ESOL and special education programs, so that regardless of where you come from or who you are, you have the opportunity to achieve. In this county, who you are or where you go to school shouldn't determine the extracurricular activities you have access to or the facilities that your school operates in. As your next mob, I'm going to ensure that I visit every school so that I'm aware of the issues that are prevalent at each school, and we can ensure that the resources in MCPS go where we need them most.
Thanks, Ananya. The next question is, for years, the opportunity gap has greatly affected students of color in our county. Although MCPS has attempted to make an impact through various initiatives, what solutions do you propose to close the opportunity gap? And we're going to start with Ananya for this question.
The opportunity gap has plagued our students for years and years. We need to ensure that every student starts on the same playing field when they come into Montgomery County Public Schools. I aim to advocate for more funding to expand our pre-K and Head Start programs so that every student comes into MCPS on the same level. And we need to administer the magnet test to all students in 3rd, 5th, and 8th grades, so that whether or not your parents understand the language the application is in doesn't determine whether or not you have the ability to engage in these programs. And we need to fight for funding so that we can pay for our AP and IB exams, so that socioeconomic status doesn't determine your ability to achieve. For the past 2 years, I've had the opportunity to work with the Minority Scholars Program Task Force. And in this environment, I've had the chance to formulate realistic solutions to the issues like the opportunity gap.
Nima?
So the opportunity gap is something that's very near and dear to my heart as a Black woman myself. I feel that in order to solve this problem, we need to, instead of focusing on the high school students that are already, unfortunately, have been failed by the system, we need to promote and we need to fund programs like homework clubs and enriching activities in elementary schools. For example, at Twin Brook Elementary School, we, as a club that I'm part of, as youth service, we go in there and we fortunately have the opportunity to speak with students and teach them classes, for example, arts, martial arts, dance, and math and English tutoring. I think that these are the programs that need to be funded by MCPS. Furthermore, the MSP and everything that they're doing is amazing and needs to be funded and taken by the board as a project that is at the forefront.
Thanks, Nima. Our